It's like a virtual pet. Like similar to like Tamagotchis or like what were the little Furbies? It's like similar to a Furby.
Okay, let me ask you this: do y'all remember Sega had this big franchise? I don't know how it was so popular.
Wait, are we just leaving the Frog Man game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was that. I remember it. And I don't really. There was nothing else about it.
Did you play it?
I know. I remember it. I did play the SNES game I was going to tell you about, which actually started on Genesis. Eco the Dolphin. Remember that motherfucker?
I never played.
God, that game sucks.
What was the point? Like, you're just a dolphin, and that was it. There was no personification. There was no personification. You weren't like a character. It was just you're a dolphin.
You're Echo.
I have to say, like, for anyone listening to this that loves Echo the Dolphin, more power to you, but I could not get into that game.
You should fucking crawl in.
I never played it.
You should crawl into a crawl space and then crawl along to your death.
Well, and the crazy thing was, Dreamcast came out while PlayStation was still out, before PlayStation 2, and PlayStation, even at the time, was still getting ports from PC games that were popular, like... Not to go back to PlayStation, but I remember playing Diablo.
Yeah, I was about to say Diablo, yes.
I remember playing Diablo on PlayStation 1 because I didn't have a PC at the time that could run games. I had like an old DOS system, not anything running Windows. And so I played Diablo on PlayStation 1. And I remember how difficult it was, but how much fun it was. And that's a game that they should have ported to Dreamcast, and they never did.
Yeah.
Dreamcast sold just barely over 9 million consoles.
Jesus Christ.
How many?
Whereas the PlayStation sold over 100 million.
Holy shit.
And then top selling console of all time to date, PlayStation 2 at 155 million.
Yeah, that was the console to get. Think about their competition whenever, because Xbox did not came into the scene. Well, we can move on now from Dreamcast. I mean, it was what it was. But PlayStation 2,
there's still a lot to unpack. There's still Virtua Tennis. There's still Rez. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Did he just say Virtua Tennis?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You look like a fucking asshole at the moment, Fred.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, but listen.
Space Channel 5.
Space Channel 5?
Are you just saying words at this point?
Space Channel 5. No. I want to know what this game... I want to know what the game Space Channel 5... Is it a news fucking channel? Like you're at a station and you're in space?
It was a rhythm game. I was really into rhythm games.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget Deep Dive 7. That was a good game, too.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, I made that up because that's what it sounds like you're doing right now.
No, those are all real games.
Space Force.
Okay, now we can move on.
Thank you. Okay,
so PlayStation 2 comes on the field.
Yeah. What else did it have to compete with? Like, Dreamcast was pretty much dead by that point.
And 64 still.
Yeah.
GameCube was still a little ways away.
Yeah, it was. So it was pretty much, that was the new one. And remember, that was the very first console with a DVD player on it.
Right. I bought that console, so I had a DVD player.
Some kids were able to get their parents to buy it just by telling them it had a DVD player.
Yeah.
Do you remember that game? It was a boxing, or not boxing, but like a fighting game. It was called the Boxer, or the Brokers, or the Buster Bros.
What are you talking about? The Boxer?
Square Enix or something like that? We played it.
Guys?
No. But Guys was badass. It was by Square Enix, and it was like... it was one of the...
Like Knockout League? Is that what you're talking about?
No. It started with a B. Fuck.
Man, I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
You played it.
I've never played this game.
You did. And it was a big PlayStation 2 game. It was that release, I believe. And everyone thought it was going to be great, but I think it was only like 6 hours long, and I was like, well...
It was a boxing game?
No, it wasn't a boxing game. It was a brawler game.
Oh, it wasn't a boxer game.
That's your problem.
I do remember a boxing game on PlayStation.
It was like... Sort of the B or something like that. Fucking look it up. You're a guy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What is it?
I know what you're talking about. It was kind of cashing in on the Square style at the time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really a good
It wasn't
game.
like Final Fantasy. It was just...
Shoot. What was it called?
You played as some like angsty little fucking...
Oh, man. And everyone had tattoos and weird haircuts.
Yeah.
And
I have no idea at all what you are talking about.
Please look this up and find it, Fred, for me.
I got you.
Something like Brawler, but it wasn't that.
I got you. I know exactly what it is.
It was something...
Well, then why don't you just tell us?
No, I'm going to make you wait.
Don't fucking... The anticipation's
The
killing...
Bouncer.
The Bouncer! I fucking knew it was something with a B.
I've never played this game in my life.
You played this game. Look it up.
You're a sad-ass liar.
Look it up, motherfucker.
I remember this game. Yeah, and it was very like even the main character looks like Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good game though.
It wasn't that great.
I've never played this game. I recognize the cover, but I've never played this game.
Let me see the cover.
No,
show it to me.
No,
show me the cover.
No.
The PlayStation 2 had a ton of good shit though.
Smash it around. Yeah, that's the fucking dude. Yeah,
Final Fantasy X was awesome. That's one of my favorite.
That was the very first Final Fantasy with voice acting.
Well, is it really?
Yeah, and there's that one scene where he goes, I'm like, what the fuck?
So the crazy thing about PlayStation 2, or I guess Final Fantasy in general, is like Final Fantasy has like that was the start of Final Fantasy becoming more of like you're watching a movie that you happen to sort of play in, which is part of my problem with Final Fantasy series these days.
Is that you play, you
yeah,
watch,
it feels like I'm watching a movie.
And that's Metal Gear as well.
It is. You're right. Metal Gear and Final Fantasy have both gone down that a little bit. And maybe I'm oversimplifying, but I've just not been able to get into any Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy VIII, really.
Final Fantasy X was very cinematic and very linear compared to some of the other ones. It was
right.
You didn't really have to find your way too much.
But the big PlayStation 2 game, I feel like, was Grand Theft Auto 3, which is like
the
start of Grand Theft Auto as we know it today.
Yeah, absolutely. That was huge. And then Vice City came just the next year.
Yeah, Vice City was fucking amazing.
Vice City, I literally downloaded it 2 weeks ago and started playing it again on PlayStation 4 because it's just so good.
Yeah.
One of the best games ever released, Shadow of the Colossus, was also on PlayStation 2.
Oh, fuck
that game, like,
fuck yeah.
I never played it on PlayStation 2. I never played it, but I heard so much about it like over the years that went after that, and now that I have played it, I'm like, it's a masterpiece in video gaming.
So good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I don't think people understand.
If you've never played Shadow of the Colossus, go get it on PlayStation 4 right now. It's so good.
It would be like never playing Mario. I swear. Like, seriously.
It'd be like never playing Leisure Suit Larry.
Right.
Which also was on...
You're fired.
Well, fuck you. It was on... I was on PlayStation, wasn't it? PlayStation 2? Leisure Suit Larry?
They might have made a version of
Max Payne was on PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And that was was again like
I always viewed that as more of a PC game.
You know what I'm saying? PlayStation getting PC ports though.
One of the scariest games I've ever played, Silent Hill 2, was on PlayStation 2. Silent Hill 2 was amazing. Yeah. Oh my god, that game was good.
Really surprised whenever Resident Evil 4 was at first a GameCube exclusive, not on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But that was also one of the best Resident Evil.
Yeah, it was, but it was just really surprising because like Nintendo gets the Resident Evil franchise. What the fuck? Because then, I guess we can talk about Nintendo GameCube came out how many years after PlayStation 2?
Well, so God of War was also, by the way, originally
on PlayStation 2. Yeah.
Well, you have to understand as well, Nintendo 64 only sold 32 million copies, or 32 million consoles.
Okay.
Which is low in the console world. So when they went for the GameCube, I think they were kind of saying like, okay,
we need to be like
the ante.
Yeah, we need to be like PlayStation.
Right. And they wanted Resident Evil. GameCube only sold just shy of 22 million. So they even did worse.
Can you look up real quick and tell me how many Switches has been sold?
Switch, I don't think there's a solid number yet. But
at the moment.
I think we're in the 30s. I think. We're in the 30s or 40s.
So it's already, for the most part, more successful. One of the more successful Nintendo consoles to date.
Yes.
And
we're still within the first 2 years.
So GameCube only came out a year after PlayStation.
Well, then, yeah.
2, PlayStation 2.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a bad system, but it was one of those forgettable Nintendo systems. And then you look at the fucking Wii, which is crazy. I'm saying, like, Nintendo has had this track record of doing a successful system, then a shitty system, then a successful system for years now.
That's true.
Right, Fred? Would you agree?
Yeah.
So the PlayStation 2, remember, it was like such a big deal. It's like you can turn it on its side, and you're like, what? You can turn it on its side?
With a disc in it? What?
Yeah, it was like such a big deal. And like you think about that now, and it's like, do you even pay attention to how your system is set up anymore? For the most part, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't put it upside down.
Did the PlayStation, remind me, did the PlayStation 2 have a CD tray that came out?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
The original PlayStation had the clamshell, and a lot of people, including me, had this issue where after a while it wouldn't read the disc unless you flipped it upside down. So,
what the fuck?
That's right, yeah, because the laser would get off its rack, and if you turn it upside down, it would get back on.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 2 was the first system to ever even introduce backwards compatibility.
The PS2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All PlayStation 1 games played on it.
Right.
Oh, motherfucker! I had one. I had a PlayStation 2 that did that. My stupid piece of shit friend Sean is a fucking asshole. And he got drunk one night and literally destroyed his entire apartment. It cost up to like $50,000 or $60,000 of damage. His apartment? Yeah, fucking that guy's psycho. What are you trying to look it up? Like you immediately went to your laptop. Like, let me research this shit.
I was thinking of something else.
He destroyed my fucking PlayStation 2. That was the OG one that could play fucking backwards.
Why?
He's a fucking dickhead.
That's awful.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking douche.
Do you guys remember the Bleemcast by any chance?
Why does that name sound familiar?
Was that the way of playing PlayStation games on your PC?
On Dreamcast.
On Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Bleemcast was a PlayStation emulator for the Dreamcast, and it actually improved the graphics as well.
How the fuck? How?
I have no idea.
I mean, you think about it, it could just be that the games that were coming out at the time for Dreamcast didn't take it to its peak.
Well, no, he's talking about PlayStation. You play PlayStation games on the Dreamcast and improve the
I know.
graphics.
It would, no, but you improve wait, hold on. You're telling me it would improve the graphics from the PlayStation game?
Yes.
Okay.
And they also had a version of this for the PC, which I guess worked for far more games.
Yeah, that was Bleem. It was just called
regular
Bleem.
Bleem.
And I remember trying so hard to get that working on my computer just so I could play PlayStation games on my computer. I don't even know why. Like, I think about it now, I'm like, what was I? My computer
you already
was
had
like
a PlayStation, right?
Yeah, I already had a PlayStation in my room where I was all the time at my parents' house. No, I'm going to try to get it running on my computer, which is in like the main family room,
right,
where like everyone's watching TV and telling you to turn that shit the fuck down.
Right.
Well, can we talk about Leisure Suit Larry, please?
No, you fucking asshole.
That was a fun game.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about?
Leisure Suit Larry was on PlayStation 2!
Tell me what was fun about it.
I don't know.
You never even played it.
It was inappropriate.
Bitch. Bully was on PlayStation 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Are we still on PlayStation? I thought we were moving on to GameCube.
No, hold on.
PlayStation 2, Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Also, that fucking game, Manhunt.
God of War was introduced on PlayStation.
That
I mean,
man.
It's crazy that PlayStation just dominated from the PlayStation 1 through the 2 era. Sony just dominated the fuck out of it, the game.
Yeah.
You know what else? One of my favorite games, probably like in my top 4 in the Star Wars franchise. For those of you who don't know, I love the Star Wars franchise, but The Force Unleashed was PlayStation 2 originally.
What?
Yeah. PlayStation 2 was Force Unleashed.
That's true.
It was towards the end of its run, but yeah.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so obviously we had the GameCube. They came around.
Did you?
You hated? GameCube? Yeah, I did. But you hated a lot of the first party titles for GameCube, right, Fred? Like you're not like Double Dash.
Yeah, I didn't like Double Dash. I didn't like Wind Waker. I didn't like Metroid Prime.
I like Metroid Prime.
Wind Waker sucked. Wind Waker was not a good game.
A lot of people love it.
Even Mario Sunshine, like I wanted to love that.
I liked Mario Sunshine.
Smash was good. They improved on Smash.
Oh, Smash was probably the best game on the GameCube.
Because they had a storyline, right? That was
Smash?
The last one that had the storyline on Smash.
I mean, for me, like they had cool single-player stuff for you to do, and at the time that did matter. But the game itself was really good. The controller was great for that game.
Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing was amazing. Yeah.
Was that the very first Animal Crossing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So they had some good games in on the GameCube.
Oh, they had some great games. Luigi's Mansion was even fun.
Fuck yeah, that was a great game. That was a console exclusive. Of course, it was console exclusive. Mm-hmm. That was a release of the console game.
Launch. Game.
Launch. That's what the fucking words are. God damn it.
Eternal Darkness. You guys probably never played this. Maybe you did.
I remember the game. I never played it.
This is like a Resident Evil-esque game, but it was so much. It was really unique. It didn't rip anybody off. It was really well done, and I feel like it was a total sleeper. I wish that we could see a sequel at some point. We probably won't, but it was a great game.
There's only one way to find out, Fred.
Def Jam Vendetta.
Def Jam Vendetta was great.
No, that's the way you find out. Like, y'all should fight each other in Def Jam Vendetta.
We need to play Def Jam. By the way, the guys that made Def Jam also made something else, and it's not what you were telling me the other day. Like, those guys also developed some other...
Thrill Kill. There was a game called Thrill Kill, and then they eventually had to turn that game into some kind of Wu-Tang fighting game. That was on the original PlayStation.
But you told me there was a guy from THQ that made the WCW versus NWO shit, went on to Def Jam, right?
Yeah.
But they also did something else. I saw it on... I was watching some video game documentary on YouTube, as I dipshit Lee would do. Don't give me that fucking look, Fred. But I don't remember what it was. But those developers also made some amazing game. Let's give it to the little laptop man. Brandon, can you find me the Def Jam developers? What other games they have made?
Yeah, I'm on it. Another good game that was like a port that came over to GameCube. Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They really